Well, now, all right, we are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, your chief host of the show, and joining me as always is none other than my co-host Noble.
Oh crap, wrong button.
Ah, crap, the show's busted. Nah, started. New take, cut, new take.
It's a Left for Speed reference.
I'll say. What?
For a minute I thought I broke the stream, but we were still in the back room. But no.
Yeah, that'll be a huge blooper right there.
Nah, that would be for the we'll do an extra section, so we'll be fine.
Right.
All right. So joining us on the show today, we have Beowulf.
Jackal of all trades, master of absolutely nothing. Yours truly.
Oh yeah, I mean, same thing like we do, like in just life and work.
Yeah, I mean, I want to flip tables based on what we're going over. So
Exactly, and I want to friggin' plumb stuff up based on what I do at my job, which is not a plumbing business.
yeah, it's fair.
Fair though.
And joining us on the panel, we have the usual 2-for-1 package of Azzy and Cam.
What is up?
Hi.
What's up, everyone? I hope everyone's having a good day, especially you three guys. Aren't you having a good day?
I'm having a good day.
Yeah, I figured that.
All right. So good to have you all again on the show. And, well,
Right
to preface things off, what I really am going to share with you, I'm so overjoyed that now I get to live the dream, as if I wasn't already living the dream enough. But I get to live the dream more. So here,
How's that?
There is a game.
Oh,
I think
no.
I put this on my wish list. Not even gonna lie, I think I put this on my wish list.
Oh, I saw that. And they were like, "Oh, so you want to become me? You want to live like me?"
Hey man, there's not a whole lot of difference. I could chop my ears in half and probably pass for a squirrel.
So, I saw an ad last night for a furry game, but it was all Fox based. And then I couldn't
Yeah.
find it when I tried to do a quick search.
Yeah.
So, you're on an island.
Yes. This is a squirrel on an island in a park, doing squirrel stuff, like
Building your
climbing
own tree
trees, running from dogs, getting bitten by dogs, bouncing on mushrooms, and flying. Oh,
Hopefully-
and you can change the color of the squirrels.
Hopefully, they should allow you to customize the color of your
Oh,
squirrel.
they do actually. I have played a segment of the game, and you do get to recolor your squirrel.
Let me guess, you would call yours purple? Well, because it's
Actually,
yours.
let me see if I can zoom this in just a second. I mean, to the untrained eye, it looks like a dark gray with a bit of a tinge in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so,
Oh, here you are.
yeah,
Here you
there
are.
I am. Told you. Be more squirrel, play more squirrel. And isn't it shocking that the amount of games where you can be squirrels is increasing in the past, in recent years?
Right.
How dare you be the Illuminati, Jolt?
Isn't that right? That's just like Rick and Morty did say, squirrels will overrun the world. Something along those lines.
Illuminati.
Did that have something to do with peanut butter? I think there was a American Dad episode about that or something.
Right.
Oh no. Squirrels run the world.
Have you ever played Squirrel with a gun?
Wow.
Oh yes.
Oh my,
That
I'm
and the
scared
other
now.
candidate
Don't be gone.
was my game of the year 2024. You ever play Power World? You get to have a squirrel with a gun.
Oh my god.
You play squirrel
Don't
with a
get
gun. You get to
be
be the squirrel with a gun.
gone.
Yeah.
So yeah. Now the question I have to ask you is why aren't you on my level yet? Where there's not enough games of other species. Okay, maybe Fox is on a higher level, but you get the point.
Yeah,
Hey, I
think
have a gun
foxes
too.
have everybody beat. I'm pretty
Keep my
sure. There's
faces
more
on
games
me.
about foxes than anything else. I'm 90% sure.
I know. Like the amount of like Fox simulators is friggin' staggering.
Or
It's-
fox
yeah.
references, or
Pretty.
stuff like that.
It's crazy. And it's also crazy how we the amount of animal like simulators like these is in recent years has been really emerging. It's really something.
Really
But yeah,
is.
there we go. Now, if you ever wanted to be me and live the dream, well, this is the game for you.
We'll go build our house in trees. Become the tree people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll do
Become-
that in the future. Build our house with trees and act like
Become
squirrels.
tree people, bonk rocks, do squirrel stuff.
All we gotta do is hunt for food. You know.
Give me them nuts.
Well, that sounds very suggestive of you.
Yeah. All right. So, with that all said and done, we have the first item of the week to share with you.
Where's my table?
And this
Where's my
is-
table? I'm gonna flip it.
Yep. All right. Here. Okay, Beowulf. Here's your table, and here's the item. And what we have is Barbie
Yeet.
Director. Yeah, yeeted. Table's been yeeted. Everyone. Now we have to do our show without a table. Barbie Director rumored to pick Meryl Streep to play gender swap Aslan in Narnia reboot.
Why can't they have Aslan with a wife or something and, have a story from that?
No, Narnia is allegoric.
It's the proper spelling for Aslan and all that stuff, but this unfortunately really irks me off, and I'm sure that C.J. Lewis is turning over in his grave at the mere thought of this. But
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was in one of the books, or not books, but might have been in the books too. It's been a long time since I read them. But Aslan was a lion. It is
Yes.
the lion witch in wardrobe. It is not the lioness.
Indeed.
Pretty sure. I think it was in the first movie.
Yes.
He goes and shakes his mane. His mane is where his magic comes from. His magic abilities that he has.
Exactly.
A lioness does not have a mane.
Right? Right? And it's like these people who just makes this decision clearly don't read the Narnia
It's not
story.
that
No,
they won't
they're
read
trying.
it.
They're trying to
but-
pander to LGBT or something like
Yeah.
that. And
And here's the thing: the first headliner of this. You're right. You guys are right. Riddle Going, director of Body is reportedly planning to gender swap Aslan, the lion who represents a Christ-like figure in C.S. Lewis' iconic Chronicles of Narnia series, for the upcoming Netflix adaptation of The Magician's Nephew. According to Export News, none other than Meryl Streep is in talks to voice the reimagined Aslan. Let that sink in.
like, I've never wanted something to fail harder in my life than this. Like, I hope this gets less than 1,000 views on Netflix.
Because
Yeah.
this is we were thinking, because of what it is nothing but an avowed spite at not Narnia, the work of C.S. Lewis, and well, the one true faith, Christianity.
Yeah, because guess what? We're gonna swap out Aslan, who's supposed to be this Christ-like figure, even though C.G. Lewis wasn't necessarily Christian. He believed in a strong moral figure. So we're going to see them tear down that. We're going to see basically Chronicles of Narnia become blacklisted.
No, it would basically become the thing I approved, quote unquote, piece of Christian literature of the modern era.
No.
So there, you will have your slop.
This one will be. The originals will be blacklisted because you can't see what the originals were.
Yes, you will have your slop and be happy with it.
Yeah.
In the modern era.
And this is why Hollywood needs to die.
Yeah, Netflix too.
Well, I mean, not even Netflix. Netflix has had some good originals. The problem is that it's Hollywood who's like, hey, we can reprint the same thing that we just did with a couple tweaks to racially profile the movie or to gender identify the movie, and it's going to get everybody happy and behind it.
Yeah, or like, oh, let's ponder to the LGBTQ people and the feminists out there, and it's like, oh my god,
way to ruin a good movie.
Way to ruin a fucking good movie in your childhood for real.
Yeah, ruin an entire series of movies because you're mentally bankrupt and have none of your own ideas.
Not mentally bankrupt, morally bankrupt.
Yeah, I was going to go with a different route, but I chose to say what I said.
Yeah, guess what? Guess what happened to that Snow White movie? That's a great example of a big failure right there. I mean,
Snow White and the 7 audience members.
Yeah, I could not.
I have been watching the drama behind Snow White since day one. And fuck. Also, Boombox is something. I'd rather see the Naked Gun reboot. You know what? To be honest with you, I personally would want to see the Naked Gun. I'm seriously considering about seeing that at the cinema. Versus going and seeing Narnia or whatever shit show they want to put out next. I mean, damn it.
Wait, who was Boombox? What?
Comment here. Boombox. I'd rather see the Naked Gun reboot.
An audience member who is listening to your beautiful voice.
So technically, from what I've seen, it's not a reboot. It's a continuation. If you watch the trailer, you can see the original character. He's got like a plaque on the wall. So it's not a reboot. It's just they're moving forward with the series.
Even though it's never going to work out like that, because you can't just gender swap when you want to.
Exactly.
No, because if you gender swap something like a figure like this, who is, allegorically supposed to be Jesus
the person
Christ,
who's been in every single movie that has ever existed of Narnia, yeah.
I would love to see church basically erupt when they find out about this.
Oh, I guarantee you there's going to be some people who are going to be real ticked about it.
Oh, yeah. As much as we are, a little bit.
No,
I mean, I've seen how frickin' bankrupt they are on ideas, so this doesn't surprise me.
In times like these, you shouldn't lose heart on if they do this, because the work of C.S. Lewis is, well, it is now timeless and immortalized, and they cannot defile the text any further because you will always be able to pick up the books.
Until they ban those, because guess what? You can't look back on stuff because this is where it continued. This is where it all started. Because we gender bent from this point forward, so we're going to make all the others non-canon and remove them so that nobody else can find it.
No, and then we will all know that, just like in that one song, that this one cancerous song, which I'm sure you've heard on the airwaves, "God is a woman," is the thing now.
Yeah. Yep. That's fair enough. Fair enough, Joel.
Ariana Grande.
But no, like in that sense too. But you can tell that doing something like this is just straight up, it's bait. It's all that.
Oh,
It's just
150%. This is asking for someone to get mad at them.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be like the Sonic movie where they release the "this is what we're doing" and then just like revamp the whole thing and make it look half-assed.
Right? Right when they used to make Sonic look like a fucking ugly ass,
Oh my god, I remember that.
creature with human teeth. Yeah, no, that is just
The thing was,
a
That
nightmare fuel.
shit was fucking nightmare fuel.
when you initially sent me this, Jolt, I went and I clicked on it, and I immediately went to when it was published, and then I was very sad, and I read, and then I became angry.
I don't blame you.
It was not my intention to provoke the anger in that, but rather it is to chronicle with this the catastrophe that the present day world is coming in. And
Yeah,
when I read this, believe me, I was fuming too.
Because that's just no, I didn't. No, you don't do this. But they've morally bankrupted themselves and reprinted every other thing that they could possibly imagine. So
No,
I guess
something
it
like
kind of
this
checks out that this is gonna happen.
I mean, look, the only thing that is that you can, if anything, be optimistic for is that it is only a rumored thing. We don't know if they're gonna go back on it, and the new Narnia isn't gonna be out till 2026 if things are to go by. So, worst case, in the absolute worst case, only one reaction. You burn this down. You bring your righteous anger, and you.
Yep.
Oh, or world change. Oh hell yeah!
Burn it down. Who did that?
Other than that, yeah, it's just we honestly, like it's funny you brought the whole Sonic thing because studios at least they have a chance to turn this around if they listen to the fans and stick
Yeah.
stick right by them.
Yeah,
And
the
hopefully
fans
that is the case with Narnia.
Yeah, they aren't gonna listen to the fans. Like,
Oh no.
let's be frank.
Yeah, no, I think, and whoever's done this is they're basically driven by something.
Yeah, they're probably driven by hate of Christianity.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you on that one. They're just gonna do it just to spite the thingo. Yeah, so no, not cool. Not whatever.
Yeah. Like let's just do this like we did to the
Yeah,
Sonic.
because I mean, of course, I mean, you already know that the most egregious ripping off of good Christian fiction literature, of course, had to be the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, and we've spoken ad nauseum about it, on the show about how they fudged it.
Oh yeah, they definitely fucked that one up. It's real bad.
Yeah, and
Kind
of
of
course,
like what they did with Star Wars. What Disney did with Star Wars. They fucked that one up.
yes, but it's not as but the whole thing is that they were motivated by one thing for Lord of the Rings because Tolkien of course is very much overtly Christian and Lord of the Rings is very much very good Christian literature. And they had, it would stand to reason that they fudged the Lord of the Rings out of spite.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I can see
Yeah,
it.
same thing
I
that
can
they
believe
would
it.
do with Narnia.
Which is exactly what they're going to do because, heaven
Oh, yeah.
forbid, you can't have anything nice.
Yeah, they want to make everything. They want to make everything woke, which is like it's bullshit.
All right. So, with that as as an article. We're going to keep tabs on what's going to be happening with the Chronicles of Narnia. But yes, before we do go, live comment from Boombox. Hollywood is so horrible, midgets can't get a job.
I mean, they make great comedians.
No kid.
There you go. A reference to that movie that just crashed and burnt as of late. And not just that, Hollywood's got a whole slew of problems. So yeah. So the next item, we're going to go on about. Neville, I think you'll like this one. But I'm sure by now everybody has heard of and seen about the whole Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh joy!
Yeah.
Indeed. And
Mad about nothing.
Yeah, and the first thing that they have seen to it is that they've got some stellar games in the lineup for launch, but there's only one big roadblock: for pricing.
I really don't get why people are so dissuaded by that pricing.
I believe it might have something to do with the GameCube's price when it was released.
Right.
I mean, realistically, it's only like $150 more than a Switch 1 when it released.
And when did the Switch 1 come out?
2017.
So it's been a few years, and we've had a couple of price hikes with everything. So
it makes perfect
Yeah.
sense. It's going to be high. It's cheaper than an OLED Steam Deck, which has an unholy library of games. But Nintendo.
what about in comparison? Well, how about we compare the price of the Switch 2 to the latest Xbox and PlayStation offerings?
Well,
the
because
PlayStation 5
that's
Pro.
not necessarily a good comparison. You have to compare it to like the Steam Deck, because they're portable systems.
Is it the mainstream console for a big ass Fortune 500 company?
Yes, but it is. But
Sorry.
I understand where you're coming from, Noble, but it is a portable system as well. So unfortunately, you're having to look at it from the sense of a portable system. So either you're looking at a laptop or like a Steam Deck.
Yeah, like you get charged a little bit more for something that's portable because it has that like added quote feature, like you could bring it anywhere, whereas an Xbox you kind of have to leave it where it is. You can't really bring
You
it
can
with
make
you.
an Xbox or a PlayStation portable.
Real.
I mean, yeah, they tried the whole PlayStation portable thing and the PS Vita, and look where the Sony look where that ended up with Sony.
No. I mean, if you grab like a generator, a screen,
well, I mean, there's people who make like battery backpacks and stuff, and has ridiculous.
Yeah. You could do
Yeah.
that. That's too bulky and that's too much effort.
Okay, so I'm going to go off a tangent here about one of the things I absolutely hate myself. It is the cartridges. They now have a cartridge, which is nothing more than a serial code. That's it.
I mean,
The fuck?
That kind of checks out.
So Nintendo's finally hit the point where they are selling physical cartridges which contain no game data, but gives you the license to download a game from the Nintendo store.
Huh.
Welcome to the you will own nothing and be happy.
Yeah. From what I've seen, they are still, going to be selling cartridges, so you'll still have the game on there. But the games that I played, all of them required a download in order to play them properly on the Switch console itself, which pisses me off. The 3DS, there were updates just to fix it, but generally all games would work without the internet. But now, officially with the Switch 2, in order to comfortably play games properly, you're going to have to connect to the internet and download who knows how much crap.
All right, so who's in proponent favor of just getting a Steam Deck at this point?
I
would probably go back to playing on the 3DS because the games I got for that are fine. I mean, I could continue playing with the Switch because
we're
it's all set
talking
up for
about
me now.
a new game system. If you're getting a new game system that you want it to be portable, because that's checking the boxes of why you would get a Switch.
Well, let's just go with Steam Deck Lite console because there are a couple of companies out there. Not to mention you can DIY yourself one.
Variable. Yeah, I mean that's fair.
I would keep like playing on my Switch and probably getting a new Nintendo DS, like an old Nintendo DS, and not like worry about fucking getting like an $80 like game just for place just for Nintendo Switch 2, or affording to buy another Nintendo Switch. It's like, yeah, no.
Me, I would probably get a Steam Deck because like all the Nintendo games that are going to be released, unless they are exclusive, are going to be put on Steam anyway, and there's probably going to be like some kind of compatibility with it too because they're both handheld devices. So it's kind of like two birds with one stone, kind of.
true.
So I guess we can all agree that off the bat, the Switch 2
Off
is
the
just
bat, it's not looking good.
No.
Yeah.
Who remembers all the hype over the years for the Switch 2? And then the last 12 months, the shit that came out about it? Oh, bring that back up again, please.
Yeah. I mean, I saw there was hype about it. There's stuff all over the rumor mill they're going to make a Switch to, but now this is what we get. We get that console. We get all of that, and now we get games that they're saying. You know how the whole industry is trying to push for like $70 games and up, and now Nintendo's pushing them up to $80 USD.
To me, that's a bit too much, don't you think? It's like,
Right.
but
Unless you're ordering something that has a good collectible or something like that, yeah, no, I'm not gonna pay more than probably $30 a game, to be honest.
Oh hell no!
I mean,
aren't most of the games they're releasing just revamps of previous ones?
Yeah,
I mean, modern. If you're listen, if you are a big AAA business, yes, you will basically be inclined to remaster and remake older games because I don't know. Let's face it, you're a risk averse, idea. You're bankrupt. You're creatively bankrupt. That's the word I was looking for. And whatever.
Something I noticed is that apparently it's taking the cartridges from the Switch 1. And I do believe one of the Pokemon games was announced to have a HD update. So you apparently just have to put that. I'm guessing here. You simply put your old cartridge in there, and you can download an updated version of, Pokemon. Yeah, not really something I'm interested in doing. I mean, it's nice that you don't have to pay for it, like with Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or any of the other remakes. But
Well. Okay, looks like we might have somebody trying to. We might have an old friend trying to pop in and crash the show, but I'm okay with it because I know who it is. So we'll be fine. But yes, I'd say in the end of it, though, is this really with games being more expensive now because they're trying to really push it, is this the part where you say, do we just buy all the big name first releases of Nintendo, or do you shift over and support like independent, lesser known developers who are willing to charge a bit less? And yeah, oh, look who's here.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stay away from it. Hey, Vera.
Hey, what's up, guys?
You just decided. Oh, I'm here. Can I join? Sure.
Yeah. Why not? Am I coming in clearly?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Groovy.
Yeah, and we were basically just, if you were tuning in, we were talking about how Nintendo has gone all crazy about the pricing, of the games and all, and what have you, considering that, the way that they've handled it, and now the internet's all ablaze saying, nah, it's too, they're
Yes,
charging us
yes.
just to get extort.
Man, I love what Beowulf just said. He's like, you will own nothing and be happy, bro. You nailed it. Like exactly.
because,
You're buying a
like-
freaking cartridge with no data on it. It's just a code to download it digitally. What the crap? Like
Yeah,
what?
unfortunately, Steam and everybody else is like, you will own nothing and be happy with it, and we kind of just accepted that. But on a portable console, that just doesn't work. I mean, if you're gonna have a portable console, I want to have a cartridge or something.
Yeah, and what's going to happen
Mhm.
when you're in an area and there's no thingo, where there's no internet or whatever?
Oh, guess what?
Because
Your
you need-
always online requirement means you don't get to play anything.
Yeah, that's exactly it, though. The game. What happened to having games installed on the cartridge or installed on the game's hard drive, for crying out loud?
Look,
Madness.
I can give
money.
I can give an excellent example about how this is going to fuck people over moving forward. When I bought Pokemon X, that was the first Pokemon game I purchased since getting Silver as a kid. I was on a bus. I set up the 3DS that I purchased, and then I popped the Pokemon game in, and I was able to start playing. Within, I think it was like
In just
15 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes, and I was in a game.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to do that with the Nintendo Switch 2, by the looks of things.
No, I mean,
Because you're going to have to
boot
sit
the console,
there and
you boot-
download the game on some high-speed internet connection because,
And if you're in an area where there is no internet,
you don't get to
Good
play
luck.
games even if they're technically
Yeah.
installed. Because guess what? It's going to be like, hey, I'm checking the internet to see if this is a valid code that I have on this game cartridge. Oh, there's no internet? Okay, I can't tell that's a valid code. I'm not
Now-
going to let you play anything.
another thing I can point out that is a situation that can happen with me is that if the cable from the mainland to the island that I'm on is severed again, and speeds either drop down to almost nothing or completely cut out, meaning you can't purchase anything using FPOS. There's no checking your bank account. There's no going on social media. There's just a complete internet blackout.
Oh,
How
wow, I
are you
didn't know
supposed
that.
to? Yeah,
Crazy.
we've had issues before where the internet slowed right down to a crawl because some asshole in a boat decided to go, I'm going to drop the anchor right here. Thunk. Yeah.
And
Good
they
for
just
you.
ended up hitting a
That is
submarine.
crazy. Some jackass in a boat can cut off the entire internet to an island.
Well, I mean, we could.
Yay.
You could isolate, entire sections of the globe from other sections if you cut the right cable. That's the issue with modern infrastructure.
So it falls down to the issue of if you are required to have the internet to get the console going to play games, then you're stuffed. And the fact that you're required to, it's nice they're offering these cartridges, but I'm pretty damn sure the game is going to cost the same regardless if you buy a physical copy or a digital copy or a physical digital copy.
Yeah, and that's the problem when there's no data on the cartridge. Otherwise, you know what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to say the dreaded E word out loud. And what is that dreaded E word? Emulation.
Yeah, that's a forbidden word in the Nintendo language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
So,
know.
yeah.
I would always just take my Game Boy Advance everywhere I went. Still do. Just in case there's a power outage and I have to light
Exactly.
candles and shit. I'm like, nah, I got my Game Boy Advance. I'm good.
Exactly, because
Got
the
my-
old thing,
Yeah.
the old Nintendo stuff and old portables, like all the data is on the friggin' cartridge, and now that's a
Exactly.
dying
If you
art.
got batteries, you're good, right? Like,
Exactly.
whatever. I don't have to sign on to anything or wait for my, internet or whatnot. Nah, man. I don't know if
Yeah.
Nintendo knows what they're doing. Now, I wonder, do you think, like, the physical cartridge... There's no way, like, they're trying to cut costs by not having physical games anymore. Like it can't be that expensive, right?
I bet they
No.
are
Is
because
I
while,
see. That's what I'm wondering about. Like, is it? If
because
you really think
while,
about
you
it,
know,
how many physical copies are sold? Yeah.
oh,
Go on, Beowulf.
yeah, we're going to sell 1 million physical copies of this game. We know that it's going to cost us, you know, let's say it costs them $5 a game to make. They sell it for 80. Okay, granted you have development costs and everything else to go into that, but to get the disc, to get the case, to print the manual, the artwork on the outside, to
Wait. They're still doing
put the game
manual.
on
They're
it.
bringing.
Yeah,
Wait,
I know.
hang on.
No.
Bringing back
I was
manuals.
asking, like, how, like, is it more cost effective? Like, is the reason they're getting rid of physical gaming, is it just because that's the way of the future, or are they intentionally trying to cut costs because this was like a problem that they thought, oh, we can cut corners by not making physical games anymore?
It's a way that they can make more money.
Basically, you know, cutting
it
out
boils
all the.
down, it boils down to they want to cheap out the maximum amount that they can, so that they can get the maximum amount of money that they can.
Yeah, maximum. You know.
Okay, so back to your
minimize.
example, it was let's say if they are going to sell 1 million copies and it costs $5 to make one game, then that means $5 million they have to spend just to sell the game for 80.
$80 piece, yeah. So they're
Right. Okay.
Granted, you have development costs of the game. You're paying artists to make your, you know, box art and all that stuff. So I mean that all goes into it. So let's say it costs them $40 to make the game, but they sell it for $80. You take away having to get something where you're putting data onto it and it only has 1 byte of code or like 3 bytes of code. Now you no longer have to have that big disk. You can go with a very cheap disk that has just enough data on it that you can go and get the code to the user or the circuit board or whatever. So instead of it costing $40, now you've cut it down to $35.
I can just picture somebody at Nintendo going, now people like physical copies. People still love to buy physical media from us. They're still buying it. Why are they still buying it? I don't know. Maybe we can turn around and make some money. Oh yes, you know, here's what we could do. We could take the voucher cards that we would used to sell for like some of the special online game stuff, turn it into a cartridge and sell that. Technically, it's a really good idea, but it's being taken in a really bad manner.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea for them to do this, just because it's not going to end well. People are going to get mad, and I imagine unless they do some fancy security stuff, that it's going to be real easy for someone to RFID swipe off of these cartridges.
Well, that's the first thing is I'm pretty sure these cartridges require actual contact, so you can't wirelessly make copies of them.
I would hope so, but you know, nothing surprises me anymore.
And the thing that's going to concern me is how many accounts can this be, you know, used
activated on? Yeah.
Yeah. See, with a physical cartridge or a physical disc, you can put that in as many games as you want. I do wonder if they'll go down the Spore option. I wonder if they're going to go down the Spore option where you can only install it on, use it so many times before it's dead.
I would imagine that's probably likely. Is that it's going to have either like a 2 or 3 limit, and then it's going to be linked to your account permanently, and you get one account to link it to.
The thing for me is that I've got 2 Switches, and with the way this Switch console works, the save file is on the actual console itself and no longer on the cartridge. So if you've got multiple consoles, you can have multiple save files instead of having multiple games.
Yeah, that's just the thing they do these days. Like all the save files are on the hard drive and what have you. It's just an interesting thing. because yeah, like even if I had my on PS3, it saves to the hard drive. All those things.
I have 2 accounts for one account for each Switch console. So in my case, if I was to buy the Pokemon, let's just say I bought the 2 Pokemon games that came out next, and I
Yeah,
had my 2
ZA.
consoles.
Yeah, ZA. So
No mainstream, not
I mean,
offside.
either way, that's besides the point. But I think don't you wish you had the nostalgia of having a memory card again?
Yes.
Oh, those little things
Yes.
you would plug into like the PS1, PS2.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely.
I have an Xbox
You know,
One.
Good
Sorry, an
stuff.
Xbox
Oh,
360.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
I know.
and
I used to have PlayStation memory cards. Good times.
yeah,
All
and
right.
then
So-
Nintendo DS.
All right.
Doesn't Nintendo DS have like memory cards or some shit?
Yeah.
The
Either way.
DS had cartridges,
Oh,
and the save file was kept on the actual cartridge itself.
all right.
Well, I mean that's still something. Still a memory card functionally. But yeah.
Well,
Either way,
technically, yeah.
though, all things considered, I guess that's just what it is. So we'll go on. We'll
Yeah.
continue. The show's got to keep going on, but we'll see how the new developments of Switch will turn out to be. Whether they change their pricing strategy remains to be seen.
Pricing strategy, no. Yeah,
No.
that's going to stay.
Yeah, unfortunately, alas. But whatever come what may, who knows? But we've got more to say. But now we've got to get the show going on. And the next item we have, if you've been around here, like on the meme sphere and all of that, and on social media, I'm sure you've probably seen these the Studio Ghibli AI stuff come up as of late.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
And
been fantastic.
yeah, and it was such crazy too. Like I was not made aware of this until one of the guys in the group basically took a photograph of me and ran it through the AI, and here's the result that pops out. Yes,
Hold on.
that is me, Studio Ghiblified.
Oh shit!
That's actually pretty good.
No.
Missing some gold, but
Yeah, that was actually a picture of me in New Zealand at the old Rivendell where they filmed the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, dude, I remember this exact picture, and the other ones you took too. I think there was one you were like leaning up against a like a piece of wood or something over the water,
Yeah,
and then you were like touching a lake.
Yeah, there was the bridge. There was the
bridge. Oh, and
Yeah.
the thing from
There was
Rivendell.
the suspension bridge, and then there was the rock the rock arch.
Yes, the
man.
rock arch from Rivendell. Oh, dude. But this looks incredible, and the fact that this is an actual picture, Studio Ghiblified.
Yes, that's correct. They and this is like the work, and all it did like they took the picture, passed it through the AI, and that was pretty much what you got. And of course, just for context, yeah, this is the actual photograph of yours truly.
Man, that is spooky.
I
really good job.
see why it screwed the hand up.
Yes, I know it's AI. Come on.
No, you see,
No,
I
it
think
didn't
was
screw it
the
up.
tail. It was the tail. Let's just say that, even though it looks like 3 arms, it's okay.
Yeah, like the AI always that's like they have extra appendages. It's what it's.
That
just
and
a
teeth.
quaint.
Oh. But
It's just a
overall,
quaint part of it. Yeah.
right? It's the charm of the AI. It's very cute and very spooky because it learns like people do. That's a
But
theory
it's
I have.
also like
But
it's also an
dude.
endless source of hilarity. Like let's be
it is
real.
because they used Studio Ghibli. Well, obviously to make you, but the memes that came out of this were also
It's
just
insane.
so great.
Yeah,
It was
and
so
I think
hilarious.
it really skyrocketed because of all the things they actually made the meme of the greatest man in office right now, which is none other than Mr. Trump.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, with the fight. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I saw this. Oh my goodness, look at how bonkers this is,
I've
man!
seen
In
that.
Studio Ghibli style. What the heck? Oh, it's so good.
Oh, my profile picture in Telegram is the fight, but it's furry.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. With the, I think he's a Labrador.
No, he's like a
I think it's a
lion. I
Labrador.
think.
Oh, the lion one. Okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Trump's
Oh, that's
persona is
wild.
supposed to be lion.
It's so crazy. Like they've basically Studio Ghibli Mr. Trump, and it's so.
Oh,
It's
this is
so
perfect. Look at this.
good. It is.
Now these are all real pictures that they ran through the program to make it look like it was drawn in the style of Studio Ghibli. Wow.
Wow.
Like, so that anyone could replicate anyone's work. I mean, yeah, it has some bugs to work out, but this looks very well crafted. Like, if you're a fan of any of Studio Ghibli's films, just growing up over the years in anime and all that, like this really does look like it. Even like the colors are sort of dulled, but like in that sort of style, like it
Yeah,
just looks like it really comes
because
out of that universe. That is
it's in
insane.
that. Yeah, it's in like that old grainy animation
Yeah.
that came out of the 80s.
Yeah, and if you even look at the eyes too, like that has a particular shape to them that modern anime differs from. So you can just tell, like, oh, that's that's what that is.
Yeah, and the funny
Crazy that it could do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You got a lot to say about how it's produced, but the crazy part is that the White House campaign is actually embraced this, and so have a look at what they actually posted on their Twitter page. This is real.
From the official White House, the government
from
of
the
the
official
United
White House
States
Twitter.
posted this. The
Yes.
official White House Twitter posted Donald Trump in Studio Ghibli style.
Yeah, and this was the woman
arresting
who got
Yes, sir. What the? Yo, what timeline are we living in? This is bonkers, man.
One with lots
The
of
White
memes.
House posted, yes, and she should never have been in our country to begin with. Selling drugs and crap, poisoning people. That's not good. And the fact that they posted this in Ghibli, like, bro, I love this so much.
it's
Thank
just
God
making
he won.
thing so lighthearted, and yet it's really amazing.
At this point, I don't think it's so amazing.
There is a part of this I'd like to sidestep onto.
Yeah.
It's Ghibli's response to the actual AI engine in action.
Yes. Like, in spite of all of that, I hear that yes, it is divisive on all things. That even then, like the head of Studio Ghibli himself, Mr. Miyazaki-san, have a look, called AI, in animation utterly disgusting and an insult to life itself, and that he would never wish to incorporate this technology into his work at all. I mean,
see, I understand where he comes from. I totally do. I mean, this is his entire life. I get it. It's like you're using computers to replicate my stuff, and you're making. It seems like he thinks we're making a mockery of it, but in reality, we're just having fun with new technology and admiring that style. It's not meant to mock him specifically. He comes from a different time period. This is just like my thoughts on it. That he's thinking that we're making fun of him or something. No, we love and respect that style, or I would assume most people do. I mean, I don't know about your opinions, but
I mean, I do.
The fact that we can do this yeah, of course, classic, beautiful, incredible animation, obviously, but it's not like, man, how do I put this? See, I understand why he's upset, because he thinks it's like a mockery and how dare this happen? It's replicate. Okay,
Avira,
we're not making fun.
Even though that's clearly not the case. But okay.
He finds it, from what I gather, he's finding it insulting.
Exactly, and I'm trying to say that it's not supposed to be
I'm
insulting to him.
assuming when it comes to an artist, an actual artist who duplicates the work but makes it clear, like, hey, this is in Studio Ghibli's style, not so much,
Yeah.
especially if it's a one-off thing or like a running thing where someone draws it. But this being AI itself and the fact that people are just running with it so much, it's been taken as an insult.
Yeah, I get that too, and it's definitely scary to see that happen. I mean,
Yeah, like
you can do
Miyazaki-san,
that with any artist.
I mean, he just says, if you want to make this stuff, you go right ahead and do it. He just won't do it, and
Well,
Which
that's
is
really,
good because if you,
yeah.
moving forward, if you want to watch anime where you can be absolutely guaranteed it's not going to involve any AI crap, Studio Ghibli is the place to go.
yeah,
There you
and
go.
they're basically believe that this, that the tool of the animator, the artist, and all that, it's the pencil. That's why they've stuck so long with their hand drawn style. That's just become their signature aesthetic. But the sheer fact is, I mean, even if you did want all that and you just want, a picture that's basically drawn and replicated in the way that Studio Ghibli works, the tools that just come out, making those Studio Ghibli AI-ified image generator, is just, it's the way.
And it looks pretty cool.
I found it funny because as well with that was that the AI places that were running this Ghiblifier were like, "Hey, please slow down. You're melting our servers."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, I heard that happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just reading. Yeah, you were right. They were just reading this too on the, Sam Altman. It's super fun seeing people love images in ChatGPT, but our GPUs are melting. We are going to temporarily introduce some rate limits while we work on making it more efficient. And safe. Can you all please chill on generating images? This is insane. Our team needs sleep. Our GPUs need sleep.
That's what you get for doing something popular. No, I am serious.
Imagine, that probably happened. Like their computers were probably melting, actually, from overheating. Now imagine after seeing that tweet or that post, that people were like, "Oh, great! Now I'm gonna go make a Ghiblified meme of a computer melting down and saying I'm burning."
Please tell me you get an example of that.
I hope those exist. They probably do, just because people saw that and they're like, "Oh shit! I gotta get on this."
I gotta get on this
computers are melting.
bandwagon. There's this bandwagon.
Right, and it was an endless cycle of holy crap, what's going on here? Oh my goodness. Pretty wild.
Crazy.
And I'm pretty sure, though, because I did see a video about this the other day regarding the Ghibli phenomenon, that there were some things like that got crazy political and whatnot. I'm not going to get into what they were, but when they tried to redo that, ChatGPT kind of said, you can't do this anymore because it's against our TOS. So they saw this meme and they acted upon it. I think it was like 12 hours later. There were certain things that were being able to be searched, but now they are not. I think Trudeau blackface was one of them. And you used to be able to get Trudeau in blackface in Ghibli style, but now that's against their TOS. Like, that just happened.
What the hell is...
Yeah.
Sorry, what the hell is wrong with people?
I saw them. I saw it happen live. Before, they had Trudeau in blackface in like his Indian costume and shit, and then in Ghibli style, and then it was they tried to do it again, and then it said, no, you can't do this. It's against our TOS, because it's like they tried to do some bullshit rules about it because it's a real person in a fictional situation, whatever the fuck that was. But it worked for a time, so I guess they just only caught it because the meme caught on, which was wild. Did you see that stuff, man?
Yeah, that was
yeah, and you could do that before. It was so funny.
It's so crazy. But then again, if you can't do it, you find another AI program that will Studio Ghiblify what you want, which is Trudeau in blackface, and it'll get some
Exactly.
satisfying results.
Yes, you used to be able to do that on certain ones, but now they're like cracking down on it because people are just getting wild. But
I mean, and that's there, and to say nothing about the computers and graphics cards melting down.
yeah, imagine that. Like it's just you're just making it worse by posting about it. Like, bro, you tried.
At least
Yeah,
you
you
tried.
you're just making it harder on yourself for posting shit.
Oh no. But then again, you can always try and you can always write your own AI script and it'll do it for you. So there is
Right.
that sort of silver lining. If you're so technically inclined and you have the know-how, 100%, write your own little AI script. It'll work. But yes, as we always say with these things, the memes are friggin' glorious, and the reactions to that, like of all, like the White House of all places, embracing this, man.
Shit, I would too. Oh my god,
The-
you're coming back. White
This
House
is
to
the
make-
official Twitter, and you know for a fact that's either Donald Trump himself posted this or he approved it. Like,
I would imagine somewhere in that, yeah, he probably did.
yeah, like the official Twitter freaking post from the White House itself. Like, I mean, Trump, and Elon. No, man, he was like, "Oh, this is a funny meme. Let's post that. Own the libs." Like, he just doesn't. He just stopped pulling his punches, man. He really did. He was like, you know what? They tried to kill me. I don't give a anymore. It is what it is, and this is where we are. The memes are freaking fantastic. Did you see the Ghibli Putin on the horse?
Oh my goodness! No,
Did you see that one?
I can imagine just
Wait,
how
what?
the Studio Ghibli Putin riding a horse shirtless.
Oh,
I've
good.
seen
Get that
the
one.
original photo, but
Dick Finger riding a
They
horse.
also did
What?
a few other things. A few other things, which I said earlier, is probably why they started to ban it, because there was a Ghibli version of George Floyd in his final hours, and that was posted on Facebook, so that was fun. Yeah,
Oh
did
my
you hear
god!
about that?
What is the
Oh,
Ghibli?
look it
Oh
up.
my
Look,
god!
look it up, man.
I bet
I
that
swear,
blew up.
this just happened a couple days ago. Holy crap!
I need to find it.
Yeah, yo, Google it. I mean, I'm sure Google is probably woke as fuck, so it's not you're not gonna find it. But
Oh, don't worry, we have alternate search engines for that.
yeah.
You'll find it.
So
Well, yeah.
just type that in, man. The keywords. I don't know. George Floyd, Studio Ghibli. Like, bro, they did it.
Oh,
That and so many more shit. I think there was a 9/11 one, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
Oh,
people went
God.
fucking wild. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, why not?
You
Right?
give
Why not? It's
people
goofy.
like a lead, they're gonna go wild with it.
Uh-huh.
this is why we can't have nice things.
Right.
Oh, we can have nice things. Just don't expect them to be, around for much longer.
You can have nice memes, just don't expect them all to be fucking woke and full.
You can have nice memes. Just make sure you download them.
Save all the memes.
I mean,
Pass them
Save
around.
all the memes because the woke police have been notified.
All right. So you know what? As much as I would, say call for it, but I think there is some time we can stretch the show out just a wee bit longer. Can't you? Besides, I know you, Noble. You have something you want to go on about that you just saw that caused us to Yeah. Well, for the interest of transparency, that was the reason why we did not have a show last week. But now, yes. So to give you a bit of context as to what we're seeing in light of what Noble just saw, is that Warner Brothers is looking to sell off their Looney Tunes brand. With the whole, especially in light of the whole Cody versus Acme movie. But Yeah.
Well,
There's
that
only- there's
apparently
only
might still be
so
coming
many-
out.
There's only so many movies that you can flop before you have to start selling stuff.
Right, but the whole Looney Tunes thingy, Bugs Bunny, Sylvester, Daffy Duck, Wile E. Coyote, Roadrunner, Tweety, and all that.
I mean, I just hope it goes to somebody who actually respects the frickin'
That's
titles.
in this time and era, it's a bit of a big ask.
Amazon could buy it.
Can we get some
Netflix.
more clarification on this though? Like, are they selling individual characters'
No,
trademark
they're
rights, or
selling
is it like the
Looney
entire
Tunes
thing?
brand.
The Looney
Yeah,
Tunes
The
brand
entire
itself entirely.
franchise. Yes.
Okay. So it's not going to go to a studio. Is it going to go? Well, I mean, it could, I guess, if they wanted it. But
I mean, they've just sold, selling the distribution rights for the upcoming Coyote versus Acme movie to Catch Up Entertainment, and for like a $30 million tax write-off. But still,
okay, well, that makes sense. No, like they still own the trademarks for it. They're just leasing it.
yeah, but the
that point.
distribution, who
Yeah,
who can
distribution.
pass them, and
Hope they
it's
don't
kind of a
know.
bit of a weird situation if you really think about
I
it.
hope to goodness that Disney doesn't jump on this.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Disney could.
Disney freaking bought it. They could though. They could. Some rich executive from Disney's like, "Hey, Warner Brothers is selling. I would like to own Bugs Bunny, and the crew, Tweety and Sylvester, all that shit. What if? I mean, they already bought freaking Marvel. Remember that, and Fox. And Disney's a freaking monster. Like they might look at this and be like,
Monopoly much?
I mean, if Warner Brothers as a company it seems like it's liquidating its most profitable assets, then yeah, that's something Disney would be on board with. If I was working at Disney, I would be like, "Yo, look into this." Like that's what I would do, just like as a executive business decision.
Yeah.
Like that would just make sense.
I mean,
right?
if you really
Like,
consider,
what?
like if you really consider what Disney's got under the umbrella, it'd be a no-brainer. But
Yeah,
as
exactly.
of right now, like,
hope not.
Highly chance
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
gonna fuck up.
yeah, but as of right now, I mean, Disney is kind of in hot water. They're struggling right now, and some of the latest movies have been not so well received.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
Snow White. Oh, that's something Noble said earlier. Yes, Snow White and the 7 attendees.
yeah,
Not looking good.
Yeah, the CGI dwarves. I mean, my God, it's
Wasn't there-
it was just horrible.
Wasn't there a video of
Yeah,
her
it was bad. It was bad.
But
So originally with Snow White, it looked like it was going to be 7 magical creatures, but it turns out the people that were released in that photo weren't actual dwarves at all. They were bandits.
Yeah, it was weird. I was just referencing that.
one way to fuck up a Germanic story.
Yeah,
For sure.
and
As a German,
so-
I
But
wouldn't-
if Warner Brothers is selling all their crap though, like what? Who do you think is going to get on this? I mean, Elon Musk.
I mean, he
Imagine
might,
if Elon Musk
he might
owned
with
Bugs
Warner
Bunny.
Brothers. That would be the greatest meme ever. Elon
Would that be
Musk
so funny? Right?
buying Warner Brothers.
Bro, that would be gnarly.
Oh
See,
my God!
I'm just hoping that Disney doesn't go for it. Like that's my main concern here.
yeah.
Probably.
No, I don't.
My main concern is that Disney would buy
I don't want
Warner.
the studio to be burned down by fucking leftist retard.
Or what do you think if it's like see, I don't know how this works with like video game licensing and stuff because some of these characters
I mean,
have
in
been
the past,
in video games and
it's
stuff.
kind of whatever. But in the future, like if they do another, Looney Tunes game, then
then that's some serious
somebody
legal
would,
stuff.
they'd have to whoever to do
Basically.
the distribution and the licensing.
With how copyright stuff works, usually if you buy the character, you get transferred the rights of said character, which means you now collect all the rights and stuff from that. It's more or less just a transfer of who actually is the person who gets the check.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, and that's why Disney was very. I remember, I think this was either last year or the year before, when the Mickey Mouse Steamboat went a public domain.
Finally.
Yeah, it was like a public domain sort of thing, and Disney was at first they were fighting to like keep it, like they wanted to keep their trademark or copyright, whatever it was, law wise on that character or like that specific thing. But after I think it was like 99 years or whatever the crazy ass contract
Yeah.
was.
Because that was
So
actually
now
the precursor to Mickey Mouse. So
yeah. Steamboat Willie, right? That's
yeah,
what that
something
was.
like that.
So if they could buy Warner Brothers characters, I mean, they can have that for another who knows how many more decades and utilize that in different ways, different franchises, different content, I guess. I'm just hoping that they don't, because Disney has really been screwing up lately. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. So if let's say Warner Brothers totally just goes bankrupt and says, look, we can't do this anymore, we're just done as a company, then what? Like, they have to sell these assets to someone somewhere.
Well, that's a little bit different. That would be like a liquidation sale.
So why are they getting rid of this part of their company then? Like, if they're not in hot water, which it seems like they are, but they might be lying about it. Like, why in the fuck are you selling all of your Warner Brothers stuff? Like all of your what? Another studio could like own Bugs Bunny and Sylvester and Tweety and like the Roadrunner? No, man. Like, well, what are you doing?
Just try
It just-
and get money so
it
they
just
can go
sounds
and
desperate.
put it into some other stupid thing.
Yeah, but like if I was a company and I owned that, like I would want to. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm
Honestly,
just biased because
if
I
you were
love Bugs Bunny and shit.
no.
Maybe-
If you had the furry mind going for it, you basically trusted to someone who can make Lola Bunny sexy again.
Okay, yeah. See, maybe that's where my problem is, because I do have that furry bias, and I'm like, yo, I want to own Bugs Bunny. Like, what do you mean you're selling it out? What the fuck? Like, nah. That's why I'm concerned if Disney gets it, because they're gonna screw it all up. Like, nah, man, you can't do that.
Yeah, no. If Disney knows, we'll never get sexy Lola back.
Yeah, that'll
Oh
be
my
forever
goodness.
gone
Not
to the
like
waste. Bid to only be on ChatGPT.
Yes. Now we must. Yeah, AI will be the only thing that'll save it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
sexy
last
Bunny and
week, I found out that there was a listing for a movie called The Day the Earth Blew Up, which is a Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck movie. What stood out to me about it is the fact that it was, well, a late 80s to early 90s cartoon throughout the entire thing. I'm not talking CGI. I'm not talking live action. I'm talking proper animated cartoon, which was a real surprise. So that was different. And if you want like a thought-provoking movie that makes sense and has all this nonchalant blah, blah, blah crap in it, yeah, this doesn't have that. It's just literally slapstick comedy left, right, and center.
As most Bugs Bunny stuff is, which is exactly why you watch it.
Yeah, I didn't like the opening of it when they showed Bugs Bunny and no, there was no Bugs Bunny when it was Porky Pig and Daffy Duck growing up as babies with the farmer. It was just weird. And towards the end of that sort of segment of the movie, you had this bit where the drawn character was basically like a plank and just bouncing around. And then at the end of it, they did this whole awe-inspiring scene that was at the literal best quality you could ever imagine. That was weird. It's just they went from like cheap budget to oh my god, they blew half the movie on this just one scene. The quality of animation they threw at it.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. There was a lot of that would just happen back in the day where they were just like, this scene looks incredible. Why is this one
There
so?
were movie references throughout this whole thing. Sorry, it was just nuts. Armageddon, The Lion King. They literally decided to take a swipe at The Lion King, for crying out loud. I don't know if there was like a bunch of others because I only watched it
I would
once.
say Independence Day. I would say definitely, especially like in the movie poster itself, like with the UFO over like their house pointing at them. That's pretty cool.
So you're looking at that, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm seeing it now. And did you know that Daffy Duck and Porky Pig were voiced by the same actor?
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. That was an incredible range
Wow.
to be able to do both voices. Wow.
Well, it's a cut. It would save a shit ton of money for the
Exactly.
company anyway, for Warner Brothers. You know, having like one person be able to do all the roles. Like with South Park, you got like two people that do like 99% of the voice acting.
Yeah, or The Simpsons too.
No, Simpsons a
The
little
Family
bit
Guy.
more. I think
Yeah,
Family Guy
and The
only has
Simpsons.
two
Yeah.
characters, two people who are voiced by the same person. Maybe like a few others every now and then.
Oh, but you know they have Lois, Meg, Stewie, and I think Stewie and Brian are the same person, right?
Yep, Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, yeah. He voices Peter too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Does he?
Anyway,
Jeez.
I forget.
Anyways.
I haven't looked at Family Guy for a long time. Not in that sense. But look, it was nice to actually see. There was no let's modernize this thing. Well, towards the end of the film, they actually have smartphones. There was no changing the characters up. The Porky Pig was Porky Pig. Daffy Duck was Daffy Duck. You know, give Daffy Duck a mallet and just let him go at it, which they actually do in the film.
They gave him a mallet. Oh, that's groovy.
Yeah, there's like this whole montage scene where it's just Daffy Duck going completely mental at the bottom of a cave, bashing everything. When I saw this in the cinema, I saw a YouTube video saying, "Hey, look, you know, this is coming out as a limited release. There's no advertisement budget." When I initially looked at it, it was only airing. They were only showing it once, and apparently, if I bothered to check the day before, it turns out they did 3 airings on the day, which just pissed me off. It's like, yeah. So I could have actually done the podcast, but no, there was.
Oh, so it was 3 airings that day, but you just didn't realize it was wasn't earlier?
Well, when I checked initially, they stated there was only going. The local cinema said that there's only going to be 1 airing, and when I went to go and buy my ticket, it said, "Oh, 10, 2:30, and 4." And I'm like, "Wait, I thought it was only at 10." Oh no, don't worry. We sometimes change the showing times, and you add someone on.
Oh, okay.
I was 2 buses away from home. 2.
Oh, not okay. Okay.
So
Thanks.
it's not like I could have turned around and come home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
I
this
getcha.
and then go back. If I had known it next time,
Damn.
I didn't know they changed the showing times of the movie, on a whim. Bloody cinemas. And what pissed me off is that there were only, I think, if you include myself, 6 people in the cinema for that showing of it.
Really? I would expect
One
there to
kid.
be more.
Out of all of it, there was
No.
1 kid.
No advertising budget, meaning it's a surprise thing.
The only people who
Yeah,
would have
but
known
still,
about
I
this
mean,
were the ones who pay attention to what movies are being shown each month and people who were aware that this movie was coming out.
Right, so that includes you. So I would imagine other people, I guess they just don't keep track or whatever. I don't know.
Well, there was I only found out about this movie at very short notice. If it wasn't for the fact that I had a little bit of money left over, I wouldn't have been able to see the movie at the cinema.
Yeah,
In fact,
and
I generally
I
don't
didn't
go
even
to
hear
the
about this
cinema
either.
unless there's like the Sonic movie, the first two Sonic movies. I don't think. No, I didn't go see Sonic 3. I saw that at
Was there a
home.
trailer for this on YouTube? Because I didn't see anything about
Yes.
this either. There
Yes, but the
was. I
problem
didn't
is
see
there
it.
was no
I didn't see it.
Avira, no advertisement budget. So you can go look up
Wow.
the trailer, but that trailer was never put into circulation to show.
My goodness. Okay.
This movie did not have a chance to even succeed.
That's very unfortunate. Like, you think they could have spent, like, or could have allocated some of their resources to marketing, advertising. I mean, something. Oh, that's unfortunate, man.
I don't remember how long the movie went for, the actual runtime, but if you want to watch like an hour and something of Looney Tunes, of primarily primarily of Porky Pig and Daffy Duck, you being cartoon characters, this is it. This is
Yeah,
you don't have the CGI, you don't have the 3D animation. I'm pretty damn sure they would have monetized, done a modern iteration of a noodle hand drawn, because there's no way this was hand drawn. But still, it looked like a proper cartoon from back in the day, and it would have been really nice if they'd moved on with the whole Bugs Bunny franchise in this sort of manner instead of doing what they actually did. Oh well.
Agreed. Yeah.
If you want slapstick comedy, and you like Looney Tunes, you may like this. I'm going to end my tangent there now.
There we go. Hope you did enjoy the movie.
Very much so.
That's lovely. All right. And so we have reached the end of the segment here. It's been crazy week of developments. And so what I would like to hear from you one at a time is what kind of closing statement you'd have with this week's developments. So, who'd like to start us off?
Okay, fine.
Beowulf, what'd you think? Oh, wait,
All right.
what?
I said, okay, fine. As in, I'll take over. Since nobody's going to
Yes.
say anything. I really hope that Netflix goes bankrupt from doing this Narnia film. Like, straight up. No, you don't mess with Narnia, especially stupid gender swap BS. People complaining about the Switch. You have alternatives if you don't want to pay that. Let's see, what was the...
Yeah, we talked about Switch 2. We talked about the Narnia. We talked about the the other things. The AI, Ghibli AI.
Ghibli AI. Yeah, when you end up accidentally having a trend that melts us. Let's see, and then we talked about a movie that didn't even have a
The
chance
Looney
to
Tunes thing.
succeed.
Looney Tunes being sold, supposedly, and
yeah, the Looney Tunes stuff that's getting sold. I hope it goes to someone who is going to like care for it. Like there are movies you can do with it, just not we're gonna gender bend and do this and completely change history about these characters and everything else.
Beowulf,
Like,
you've never seen Looney Tunes, have you?
there is so much you can do with it that is so random, and I agree with it because there's chaos. Looney Tunes history is chaos. I don't even want to try and encompass that in its own thing. That's an entire show on its own.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, that's pretty much my tangent.
Well,
all right.
All right.
So who's
Well,
up?
I guess I'll go next. Thanks again, guys, for letting me pop back in
Crash.
here.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you want you because you want.
Yeah, I kind of crashed in. It is what it is. But hey, man, I heard you talking about some bonker shit, and I got home from earlier today, so I was like, oh, I got time. Let's do it. Bro, the whole Aslan is a male lion. If they turn him into a woman, then he's going to be a lioness. And that totally fucks up the entire story of how Jadis, the half djinn demonic monster who invaded Narnia, shaves him at the stone table. Nah, man, that's not cool. They're messing with the story. And what are they talking about? Sequel? How can this be a sequel when they already have a whole set of books and lore? They did the Prince Caspian thing. That was a sequel. So what? Is Aslan going to be Aslana? Like, nah, that's not cool.
No,
That's not cool. It's like that joke from South Park. Put a chick in it and make it lame. Sounds like that's what they're trying to do. And I don't know why these woke companies have not freaking learned after all this time. Like, no one wants to see this crap. Like, stop it.
right?
Oh my lord. Let's
Just
see. When it comes to owning physical games and stuff, yeah, that is something I definitely do like. And I know there's a huge market for like collectible physical games. Man, I have a whole CD or like game collection from like PS1, PS2 of like all the games I played in like my binder. I'm sure growing up as like a 90s kid, y'all know this. So to not have the physical copy and have to rely on the internet is very disappointing. Let's say if the power goes out, but I happen to have a generator, I can plug in my PlayStation 2 and play Ratchet and Clank. Hell yeah, I could do that. But so I get companies are trying to cut costs and stuff, but when it comes to like what gamers really care about, like what we really want, like own nothing and be happy. I don't think so. I would rather have a physical copy of the game than have to download it online in some website and then not be able to play it when I want to if I don't have the internet. That's not cool. And one thing I gotta say about the Studio Ghibli is like, my dude, I can't believe the freaking White House, it's like the official government of the United States, the most powerful nation on the world, was like, yep, this is what we're doing to you guys. You came in here, you're selling drugs, we're gonna deport you, and we're gonna show you in Studio Ghibli. What the bonkers? Yo, Donald Trump is freaking wild, and I love it. I'm all here for it. God bless America. That's all from me, guys. So
yeah.
yeah,
I'm guessing, and I'm
All right.
guessing we're next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? Go for it.
So yeah, with the Narnia thing, I'm just like, bro. I hope you guys fucking crash and burn because you guys are just because you guys are literally just fucking up the whole story. It's like first of all, the lion is not a lioness. It's a lion. It's a male lion, not a lioness. No way. And so yeah, I hope that idea, whoever. So yeah, like I said, I hope we do like we did do the Sonic design, like pressure the people to change that idea quick, because it's gonna not only fuck up the movie, but fuck up the entire fucking meaning of the whole trilogy of the Chronicles of Narnia. It's it's like it's an abomination, literally is, and we can, and I hope Netflix gets a downfall for this shit. And and second, uh, with that whole what was the other thing we talked about?
Dude, I think you're confusing the trilogy with Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was the trilogy. C.S. Lewis's Narnia Chronicles was, I think, like 7 books, so it was a bit. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so
you're
Narnia was a
totally right
series.
about the humiliation. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
totally right though about the humiliation of Aslan, because it's supposed to represent the torture of Jesus Christ before he died. Like, yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, and
You're good.
and what was that other one that we talked about? Oh, the Switch.
Punitively means yes, which
All
true.
the Switch. Yeah, I'd say to the ones that are complaining about the prices and all that, I would just say wait it off a little bit and wait for the price to go down or some shit because or or just stick to playing, just stick to playing, physical copies of these games because you know what? Because you know what? It definitely would not be worth it. You know, going out there and wasting your whole entire money on on a on a video game and a second Switch. And then now with the Jubilee thing, uh, oh no, so sad that the author of Jubilee got so offended. But I understand his point, but at the same time, it's like it, I mean, it's not attempt to like, it's not even an attempt to steal your art or anything. It's literally just people having fun with the AI, and that's literally all that it is. Now with the whole Looney Tunes thing, I hope to God Warner Bros. Does not send Looney Tunes to Disney because a high chance that they're gonna fuck it up. Send the Looney Tunes into a company that treats its characters right and the right way. That they actually know what Looney Tunes is all about. That they actually know about the Looney Tunes. Don't send it into a fucking company that doesn't know any better. Just send it to those who is preferably the ones who are fans of it, legit fans of it, and not and don't turn Looney Tunes into a political agenda bullshit. None of that. None of this gender swapping, race swapping, pronoun, all that other shit. Just like they kind of did with the Narnia, with the with switching the lion. It's like switching the lion's gender. Like it's bullshit. Absolutely boycott this shit.
All right.
That's,
No
Right
that's all.
on.
So for me, the Squirrel game was. It kind of reminds me a lot of those games where you just simply go around and build shit.
Mm-hmm.
A little more advanced than Minecraft. So nice to see that they're exploring more options with that. Was this like some third party organization or just
It's an indie,
all right?
like independent. No, not AAA studio.
The Narnia reboot, it never goes well when you turn around and take your core audience and just tell them to go. The Switch 2 is just mid. I'd say the console's going to be mid. The price, probably should take $50 off of it, to be honest. The Ghibli art thing, it's just a clear example of what happens when people get shit on the internet. It's like the whole kissing boys meme. In this case, the original artist is more not happy as well. So I can understand where the creator is coming from. I wish people would tone it down, but unfortunately, you just have to let them find something else. As for the movie that I watched, I liked it, and I pretty sure I'm going to try to get a physical copy, but I'm damn sure it's not going to be sold. So yeah, that's just what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what it is. Alas, for better or worse. And thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did making this show for you, going the distance and laughing along the way. And as
Right.
always, you can find our shows on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, Player FM, iHeartRadio, BitChute, and more further down the line. And the last thing I want to say before I wave you all off is reject all else, become squirrel. Live the dream.
Right.
Bye.
And
Later.
that is us. Farewell until next time.
Bye bye.
Peace.